Hi guys, Tuva here. It is Tuesday the 9th of August and we are still a waxing moon, but it's now in Capricorn. Now Capricorn is a bit of a mysterious sign, inwards in your feelings and your attitudes. It's also very outgoing as well. So socially it will help you to become more open to going out and about. But also guys, throw caution to the wind when going for job situations and things like that. So don't be too inward if you are looking for work or you have business issues that you need to be sorting. So I think we'll leave that bit there and we'll go straight now into the reading. It's Tears Day today and we're going to ask for the right runes to be shown to us. Hail Tear, bring upon us the right reading for this day. Hail and welcome. And we're going to now get some runes out. Here we go. And that is it. Okay. Now we have a few. Now that one is sitting on top of that one. That looks very interesting. And I think I'm going to just bring them down a bit so that you can see them. Not sure whether you can see them at the moment. Let's have a look. Yeah, you can. That's cool. Right, so this is a bit of a, I feel like this is like a mess. It's like out of control. So I'm going to pick the ones up that are turned over and take them away. And try to make some sort of sense. Now, if you look at it, there's two distinct groups where you are open and a time where you are closed. I want to start with the top one. Now, the top one is basically upside down, and I'm going to quickly go through these guys because at the end of the day this is quite a large reading for a short period of time, but this would refer to a person of the opposite sex to yourself, i.e. a husband, wife, partner, etc. So by being reversed, it's not talking about you, it's talking about somebody around you. I feel that this is talking about a balance in mind, body and spirit, that they are in a place at the moment which is unbalanced. Each thing that happens to them is very difficult for them at the moment. They're not enjoying what's going on, and I don't know why, but I feel this is causing a lot of friction and tension, that they don't understand where you're coming from. They're trying hard to, but they just can't see it. So let's go on to Arnzus, the messenger rune. That's Odin's rune. Now he brings a message today, and of course we know that he brings communication, he brings wisdom and knowledge on what the situation is. So the answers to your questions are available because this is about you now. So you know what it is that's worrying your partner, and you know that the answer is there. You're looking for a way to make things go the way you want them rather than seeing it from your partner's point of view. And it's easy to ignore that person's point of view. But this will lead to understandings that are not the same as each other. So what's going on here is not what's going on here. And you will have an imbalance. You can't ignore what is being said to you or what is being experienced, because it's a lesson that will teach both of you to acknowledge that you are separate individuals, that there is totally different thoughts and feelings in each of you. You have that connection, you are together, but you still both have your own values and your own things. And Odin comes to tell you, try to see from the other person's point of view rather than just your own, because sometimes we don't allow to think that way. So try to put yourself in their shoes. It's a very good saying. See what they're trying to say to you. It might not be quite as bad as what you think, It might just be they want to be heard. They want to know. They might be suspicious of something that you're doing or not understanding it, and so obviously maybe a little bit of fear comes in that they've lost you to something that they don't understand. So let's get on to this one, and we've got Lagoon. Emotions, the water rune. And in fact, only by sorting yourself out so that your life is truly flowing in a very positive way, using the things that you do, that will have an effect on your other half, to your partner or your family. They will see that it's good for you, that it's not damaging you, that there's no issues around it, that they may be the ones that are at fault. So, hanging in there. You are in harmony with yourself. They can't find a problem for it. So harmony with your creation around you, showing them the decency of how you live, will have a big effect. You have to be able to meet them halfway. Show them the way you live, and maybe in time they would like to follow through and be like it themselves. But at the moment, it's like you live one way and they live one way, and you've got to find that common ground between you, and that will stop the issues. So it's sometimes ignorance of how each other lives. Sometimes it's just that you don't want to know because you're happy the way you are, and they are the same. So let's look at the next one. Air was a moment in time, momentum. This is the moment to deal with things. It's not the moment to leave your partner behind. It's the time to be in your moment, but also include the feelings of those around you and your other half. It's very difficult when you have someone that's not in the same spiritual outlook that what you're in, to include them. And sometimes also we have to find ways to include them in something that we're doing that they don't understand, but do it in a very subtle way. Again, if they don't want to be doing it spiritual, maybe they want you to come out with them and do something in the mundane that you wouldn't normally want to do. And that's where the balance comes in, guys, and it can be very difficult. It is the ideal solution sometimes to be in a partnership with those that are the same as you in a spiritual type of path. But I am being told by Odin now that it could also be that the other half is in a different type of spiritual path. They're going to have big problems because they've got a fixed idea of what you're doing and they think it is not good. So you have to lead by example and show them that it's not like that, but also take into account of their feelings too. You've really either got to try to accept each other for what you are, or walk away. Now, this is not saying walk away, and Odin is saying not walking away. But it will be, you will have a job on your hands, and I think this is why this is in two halves, because this is the before. This is how things are, or gonna be, unless you deal with it. And so we want to go on to the other half of it and see what is actually happening. Now, the strange thing is, this one is on top of the other, so I'm going to take that as the middle ground. So we put these together here, the middle ground. So we've got algaes, and this is about protection and opportunity. Algaes is a lovely rune because it's about being safe and a refuge, and you know, growth and development. And of course, it represents your success through your endeavours. So if we are doing things to help each other to come to a similar understanding and a balance, we need this algaes, really, because that is the protection. We want our home to be a place of protection and love and balance. Although your path ahead is a bit fraught with the things that's going on between you, don't have fear about it, because you have got protection and you can achieve anything you want. Now, in the relationship area, it could be that you just need to be a bit more understanding of them, and it could be that they need to be more understanding of you, and you have to find that safe ground that you can both communicate on, and this is where this comes in. So you've got this one, and we've also got Yera, success and continuity. So it means that it will carry on. The relationship can carry on. You've just got to find that middle ground that you can both accept each other on. And maybe you need to keep your practices away from each other, allow each other that space that you need, because this is the time of reaping your rewards from the seed sown. So if you are sowing loving seeds together, eventually you will come to a conclusion that you can both have what you want without it causing problems. So it's about learning as well, guys. It's about wisdom. They need to learn more about what you do, and you need to learn more about what they do. So there's room for thought, there's room for change. And Algi's protection, and Yera, protection and continuality. Not a bad thing with those two signs. So let's now get on to Othala. It's about the home, the family, accumulations in life, trying to fix your goal firmly in your mind. So the getting together part, the being together, the staying together, the learning to live together part will be shown here, and this is what you're going to reap if what you are dealing with here comes through and you can respect each other. Then obviously the family unit will gain from that. Don't try to force issues. You have to feel objective in it. You have to let them do it in their own time. In other words, you can't force the situation, and them too cannot force you. Try to find that common ground. As I said, you know, at the end of the day, we all need to be understood and appreciated and allowed our own views and feelings. We are all separate spiritual beings, even though we are all also one in the universe. We are given different paths when we are born, and these paths can cause issues when we get together with our partners or different families or just people in general. You might really love each other, but this just is the thorn in the side. We then go on to Norse, and this is the rune of necessity. It's necessary for you to give them the amount of time they need, but it's also necessary for you to have your time and your needs. And so it's getting that balance, guys. At the end of the day, it's getting the balance, and you will get exactly what you need, but you're also getting what you need to make the best progress as well. Your spiritual path does not have to alter to give way to them. They have to be understanding and accept you for who you are as well. That you're both able to accept each other. It might grate your nerves to have to go to family things which are maybe religious, but with time and patience and understanding, you'll be able to put your views to one side just for that day, and then when you get home, go and do what you need to do. And they will appreciate you for that, because they will feel that you really love them and that you understand them. And so if you can do that for them and they are pleased, they will then probably want to do the same thing for you. Again, it's give and take in any relationship. That is why Odin came in on this, about wisdom, getting the wisdom to walk in your paths together but not together, if that makes sense. You never know what will happen in the future. The future's yet to come. You're living today. You're not living the past, you're living the present. So make today count. Now the last rune is the rune symbol of rune magic. its defensive power is yours, but it's also very patient, and it perseveres in things, gives you protection against the unexpected attack. At the end of the day, this is here to aid you, that you're not going to lose your spirituality because of somebody else's. You will stay firm in what you've got. This will be a time of transformation for both of you, and it'll be a time to let go of the silly things that are causing the problems and allowing the new things, the good things, to come in. A new type of life together with dreams shared by both of you. And that is where you will find acceptance that you need to change this resistance. Change can be scary for both of you. Positive change can aid you as well, and that is what you need at the end of the day. This togetherness, this love for each other, and this understanding, and the defense of each other and each other's views, not just your own. Spirituality is a strange thing. It affects people deep into their souls, and it's something you cannot fight, but it is something you can accept. It is something that you can learn to live with, and eventually you will both merge more together, and those lines will start to fade, and you will become of one in a different way. New things in the family will start to happen, like your practices will merge a bit and they will become like family traditions. So you might be setting your family a new way of experiencing spirituality. And there I'm going to leave it, guys. It's a weird one today, but it's one that I really do believe was Odin's thoughts, that there are families out there that live two different spiritual paths, and it's knowing what to do, how to cope with it, because you cannot help who you fall in love with. And at the end of the day, we all bring baggage into our relationships, and it's just a way that you have to learn to cope and get through. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is a way through, and you just have to persevere. And so I hope you're having a lovely day today. The sun is shining, and wherever you are, whatever time of day, night or evening it may be, I wish you the best ever. House of the Land.